to surprise you, but it's the same poem I was about to recite before. It's called Suitcase, written on February 22nd, 2011. The key she slipped into my hand while I was telling her I've tired of games like hide and seek. She smiled and said, I've hidden something from you and for you. The guessing game is weary for me as her infantile suggestions. At playing hide and seek, I frowned in disapproval, masking my secret spark of curiosity fueled by a controlled, anticipatory expectation to hide. Of what is she speaking, and where, and why? My imagination, running wildly and unnoticed, provided the perfect cover for my disdain at her deception. I managed to smile, she still reflecting her poised, proud of her ability to keep secrets from me expression, in tandem with the sense of assured no worries in her eyes I had so readily believed in. She was still, almost mocking my request for respect and dislike of childish revelries. She has grown accustomed to emotional puppetry, makes me wonder whose hands are pulling her strings. Absent-mindedly, I agreed to go treasure hunting or exposure of deeds done with malicious mysteries. She instructs me to climb the stairs she had just descended, so gracefully like her feet were suddenly rebelling against gravity. The exchange occurred instead on the intensity of her pull on my heart, always surrendering. I don't like that song either. Always surrendering to her delicacy whilst simultaneously betraying me, having worked so hard to maintain a safe distance between her manipulation and her honesty. My heart having difficulty deciphering the difference between the differential between emotional faithfulness and complete love anarchy, the uprising of the overthrowing of romantic structures versus the tyrannical tactics of insincerity. Again, a game I thought would have clung to adolescence. Had they been wrong in the belief that women achieve emotional maturity before men do due to hormonal distractions and unexplored energies, leaving traces to taunting tendencies? To me, she was as emotionally as mature as a child orphaned by a family of wolves, who chose abandonment over picking bones and teeth clean. She was blank-faced and pointing to the stairs, leading me to the attic I hadn't explored since infancy. She slipped me a silver key as cold as her skin and as mysterious as her pull on me. She instructed me to go to the darkest corner of my dusty memories. There she had something hidden she was saving for me. Saving for or hiding from, I couldn't decide which to believe. The truth had been as easily hidden as her questionable intentions. What secret had she held so long with intent on concealing with such with such effortless deceit? Perplexed at the emotional complexity of her ability at sending mixed signals and providing confusion. A game I've refused to play, but that she has mastered, less invoking a feeling of being impressed as opposed to actually being frightened, a force of disaster. I follow her instructions to ascend, heading to the dustiest corners of an attic I've avoided due to the memories that it inflicts. Of what is she hiding or perhaps saving, and why has she chosen this moment to choose to show this to me? I ascend the stairs to the attic's entrance, the latter having gathered dust after years of neglect. What was it I was avoiding? What had she been hiding? The attic was a collection of memories abandoned to lack of the energy to confront the memories I have tucked away untouched due to the fact I'm uncertain of where else to keep them. Neglect of the once unavoidable now rarely ever touched. Just dust covers the surfaces where fingerprints used to be. It's amazing what the past tends to cling to, following her directions on the location of her particular brand of amusement, and keeping secrets, perhaps a test of her own willpower. I tried to ignore the debris of things created and the childhood of things given to me. Collections, really, now consciously avoided where previously I had clutched onto as if they were my very identity. Incapable of separating the important versus the obsolete. Avoiding eye contact with the pieces of the former me, I walked to the corner where an old suitcase lay underneath winter clothes, unworn for what seemed to be centuries. Fabric and material once adorning me, and family and friends, in wild evenings now a pile of forgotten styles and dressing up to make-believe. Who am I? I asked reluctant to separate the former me from the person I had believed I had become. Identified by clothing, how pathetic the attachments of youth can be. Dodging memory purposefully, I head for the suitcase, holding unknown mysteries she had hidden just for me. I opened, half excited, the other reluctantly to find the first letter she had ever wrote to me, and a photocopy of my response. The paper igniting our love on a specific evening. The date was the same as today, and I hadn't gotten her anything.